Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good weekend and welcome back to Aliens Dark Descent, where in the Dead Hills colony I've just found an alien hive access point, and because I really don't like surprises of the bitey kind, I'm deploying a field motion tracker to warn me if anything comes out of that
motion
tunnel.
Tracker deployed.
Speaking of the motion tracker, there's something heading this way from the corridor to the north, so I think I'll just duck into this room here and avoid it.
Come on, team.
You know how I said I don't like surprises of the bitey kind? Well, I kind of failed because,
focus fire and target.
well, it saw me anyway, but that's not the surprise. Guess what's in this room?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh shit, alien eggs! Shotgun! Facehuggers! Oh god, and another alien. You know what? I can shotgun in both directions. It only costs command points.
Yeah, don't mess with me!
And...
safe position taken.
well, no one's injured, although Private Webb's armour took a battering. There is another hit on the motion detector, and we have of course now initiated a hunt because we got seen by aliens. Oh, and there's a couple of more alien eggs in here, so we need to waste those before they hatch facehuggers. Oh, what then? Okay, killed facehuggers. But we found Carmichael.
Watch yourselves.
But he's encased in a cocoon. That's not a good sign. I mean, it's not necessarily immediately fatal. They stick you in a cocoon in order to implant you with a facehugger, but that might not have happened yet.
We're too late. Way too late. He was infested.
No chances, squad lead. You know what to do.
Light him up!
Well, shit.
Sergeant, if these eggs are the start of the life cycle, and we eradicate them, maybe we can get the outbreak under control. Might even stop it dead.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Wait a minute. I hope you don't want my Marines to check every corner of this colony to find your nest.
We don't have to do it the hard way. This place is full of security cameras. We should be able to access the feed. I've marked the control room.
Lucky grunts, all going to the cinema.
Right, good news, bad news situation. Carmichael's not in a position to be rescued. Control room, though. Colony camera system. It saves us humping around the map ourselves and running into more aliens. So that does seem like a good call. Is that door sealed? That looks like that door's sealed. I can't get through there. Alright, I'm going to have to go the long way around. Because of course we are. Right. What's down here? It looks like I have... yeah, I have been down here before.
Stay frosty,
okay.
Marines.
Other good news, the hunt got terminated. So, quick refresher. If an alien sees you, the hive goes into hunt mode and its aggression level starts climbing. While that hunt is active, and it can be tracked with a timer up in the top right corner of the screen. But while that hunt is active, every alien within range of your motion tracker heads for your last reported location. And while you're shooting at aliens, your squad's stress level keeps going up and up and up. So you can either terminate the hunt by creating a shelter, find a place where you can weld the door shut and just hunker down until the hunt wears out. Or take it on the chin, stand and fight and defend yourselves until the hunt timer expires naturally. The problem with that option is that you go through ammunition and resources like nobody's business, and your Marines get stressed the hell out. If you have a look at their data cards at the bottom left of the screen, you'll see Smith's on 31%, McDonald's on 31%. These are their stress levels. If that reaches 100, it resets back to 0 and they get a psychological trauma. And those are usually pretty bad. We want to try to avoid that.
It's quiet. Too
Trust
quiet.
me, there are going to be many occasions where you can't avoid it, so why make things difficult for yourself early on when you don't need to?
Come on, team.
There's an ammo crate over there, but I'm not picking it up. I don't need any more ammo at the moment. I've probably got more than I can actually use. Let's see where... yeah, in fact we're good on medkits and toolkits, so I can leave all of this stuff and it will still be here the next time I deploy to the Dead Hills colony. Oh, I don't like the look of this. That's another alien access point. Let's have a look around and
Perhaps
see if
we
there's
should get
anything in here. Data pads.
Got something on a tracker.
I certainly don't need any equipment. Oh, there's another motion tracker contact. Well, I know what that's going to be. It's not going to be a colonist. And it's coming this way. I mean, we're not detected. But these things just keep coming.
Fucking Wayland Yutani. Watching you work, rest, and play.
I bet you're glad for it now.
I'm not glad.
Come on, team.
Right, we found the surveillance office, I suppose you'd call it. I could create a shelter here. It cost me 2 tools because there are 2 doors. But it doesn't actually look like that motion tracker contact is coming this way, so... And, well, I can see what it is that I need to interact with. It's right there. So let's have a look.
Copy.
Ooh, that thing, please turn left. Don't turn right, turn left. It's turning left, we're good. Right, let's get the cameras up.
Alright, camera feed online. Happy hunting, Marines.
So, now you have access to the cameras, you go to your map, and you click on the camera locations.
Looks like we got some supplies by the admin building.
Some supplies, okay. There's one here.
Can't be sure, but it looks like there's some ammunition still in the armory. May as well put it to use.
Yeah, I've already looted all of that.
There's something around.
There's the next camera. Oh, it looks like the ARC's got some company. And that, of course, is thanks to the field tracker that I placed earlier.
Got eyes on a stockpile out by the warehouse.
Alright, more Gucci stuff. One here.
Maybe we could find some relevant materials by the stables.
Alright. Oh, there's 2 motion tracker contacts now. One of them picked up by the field tracker that I deployed earlier. Ooh. Alright, anyway, next.
Wait, that container. It's exactly like the one I've seen on Pioneer.
Looks like the slaughterhouse. Let's check it out.
You like cows, Sarge, or are you just hungry?
Now, you know what they say. A day in the Marine Corps is like a day on the farm.
Hilarious. Reaching that slaughterhouse looks like a trek from here. Maybe you should use the ARC.
That's actually really good advice, Mako. If I was going to go to the slaughterhouse next, but I'm not entirely sure I am, because I've got a number of objectives on the way. There are still 3 live colonists that need to be found, and I'm not liking the look of those motion tracker contacts.
We didn't come here to enjoy the view, so move, now.
Let's head out this way. There's a toolkit down here.
On my way!
I do actually have space to carry another toolkit. I'm at 3 of 4, so let's get to 4 of 4, because I'm probably not coming back up here. Unless I get any new objectives in this end of the map. But for now, let's just assume I'm not. Keeping an eye on that motion tracker contact. Have to try to get back to the ARC and then decide what I'm going to do. Because you can use the ARC to redeploy the squad. You can get into the ARC and drive in comfort and safety to different areas of the map, rather than hoofing it on foot and potentially getting spotted by aliens and triggering another hunt. Just making sure I've fully explored this top northeast corner of the map, and it looks like I have.
On my way.
I'm going to, because I've got plenty of ammo, I'm going to use some to plant a C4 charge. Now, this will bring anything in motion tracker range running to investigate the noise, but right now there's nothing in motion tracker range. Checking the ammo levels of the Marines. I really don't want them all running out of ammo at the same time, and all reloading at the same time, because that's the kind of thing that tends to happen. Oh shit, there's something coming. The explosion did something. That's an alien hiding in a vent. That's what that is.
Move on!
If you see a motion tracker contact pop up, but it isn't moving, it's almost certainly an alien lurking in ambush in a vent, waiting to jump out at you when you walk past. So let's not go that way. I mean, I don't need to go that way. The exit's over here. But there's another one. There's another motion tracker contact, and it looks like it's inside the building. Right there by the door.
Stay frosty, Marines.
Yeah, yep, there's an alien lurking in the vent there. You sneaky bastard.
Suppressive fire!
Okay, there's no way I'm getting past it without getting jumped. So let's... This is going to trigger another hunt, but let's do it on my terms. Wait to get detected, suppressive fire ready, because it's very close, and suppressive fire slows its movement by 50%, and we've got it.
Good job, guys.
But
Double time!
the Hive has now launched a hunt. So let's hightail it out of here, get next to the ARC so we can use the ARC's guns for backup.
Move on!
You know, it might be possible to try to game the system, because remember when aliens see the ARC, they'll attack it, and the ARC will kill them, but that doesn't actually trigger a hunt or anything. The ARC, for the purposes of a hunt, doesn't count. So it may be possible to terminate a hunt by piling everybody into the ARC and redeploying in another direction. We will have to see. Now the stress levels are climbing. Yep, a couple of Marines are above 50%. Hell, they're all above 50%. And here come the contacts. But the hunt has almost... Nah, they're going to be on us. They're going to come through that door.
They got our
Yeah.
scent. Look alive.
Okay. There's 2 more contacts. It looks like they're having trouble. You know, I'm going to put this theory to the test. Let's redeploy the squad. Everybody into the ARC.
Good job.
We're spotted.
And the ARC can kill them. And nobody's stress level is rising. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it terminated the hunt, because there's still plenty of aliens coming to investigate the noise. But with the Marines safe inside the ARC, they're no longer shitting bricks, and their stress levels aren't increasing. However, just as I was congratulating myself for being a devious bastard, something really bad happened as I was redeploying from the ARC. What's actually
More
happened
signals
now
incoming. They got our scent. Look alive.
is that we've crossed the threshold
Fuckers.
from easy hive aggression to medium hive
Come on,
aggression.
team.
And what happens then,
They're headed our way.
we didn't realise it was happening because we were in the ARC. That
that's
triggers
what
a
I'm
massive
talking
onslaught, which is where all of those aliens were coming from that the ARC was shooting at. The hive is now on medium aggression, and that is not good news. That means more aliens, more motion tracker contacts, and potentially tougher than regular drones as well. Everybody's stress levels are near 100%, which means seconds from now the squad are going to start taking psychological trauma. So while they're all fit and healthy, while their bags are full of gear, before anything irreversibly bad happens to any of them, I think it's time to call it a day and extract the squad back to the Otago. We can come back. You pretty much are always going to have to come back. You're never going to complete all of the objectives in one deployment. It's usually going to take 2, possibly 3. Post-mission summary. That's 31% of the Dead Hills objectives complete. I've only done 7 of the 14 primary objectives. And according to the list, I've only got 3 primary objectives undone, which means that there are going to be more hidden primary objectives that I don't know about yet. So we'll do that another day. So the squad are all tired, and Private Webb's wounded, but it's a light wound, she'll be fine. Unfortunately, I might have jumped the gun a bit early there because they came back with just not quite enough experience for them all to earn promotions. Let's check out our inventory, because we did quite well. We recovered a Marine recruit, security guard Torrance. We've got a full stack of toolkits and medkits, but no xenotech, no materials, no sentry guns. Oh, I need me some sentry guns. So we'll have some stuff to equip them with when we send them back in. Because we're going to have to send, if not them, then at least some Marines back in. We're only 31% complete in Dead Hills and 90% undetected. That's not bad.
So, hostile critters or wiped out colony? Hunslet being Hunslet? How'd you find your first day in the Corps?
I don't know. It's a lot to take in.
If it helps, you're doing okay.
Thank you. I'm glad it's over. My nerves are shot.
Oh, it ain't never over. But for now, we got some time.
Good. Gives me a chance to work on the comms. If only we could hear from Director Price in Pharaoh's Spire. We could use her help.
Dr. Becker's been trying the whole time we were deployed. It turns out most long-range transmitters are down. If someone's home at Pharaoh's, they probably can't pick up. Do you think those things can be there too?
Judging by what happened on Pioneer, it's clear that they're spreading extremely fast.
Then you'd better get familiar with the Otago right now. You can't give those creatures the benefit of time.
Okay, so we've got 10 available Marines, but 4 of them are tired, the guys that just came back from the first deployments. I mean, you can deploy tired Marines, but it's
Have a
not
nice
recommended.
day,
They won't perform
Deputy Administrator
particularly well. We're extremely low on materials, so I mean, we haven't unlocked anything yet, so that's not too much of an issue.
Administrator Hayes.
We've got Private Webb. I mean, it's only a minor wound. She's going to be ready for duty again in
This
one
one's a
day, so I
priority.
don't need to
Understood.
assign a physician to her, but, I mean, they're sitting around doing nothing, so I may as well. Let's go to the lab and see what Dr. Becker's complaining
Talk
about
to you
now.
soon.
Ah, Administrator. I wanted to... Oh. Going that badly, is it?
I'll get back to you on that. Can I do something for you?
Actually, yes. I was hoping you might persuade Sergeant Harper to retrieve some samples of the creatures. One can never have too much information about one's enemies.
I didn't know you worked in corporate espionage, Doctor.
Very droll. On the other hand, I do find that science and skullduggery have a surprising overlap. Both require focus and a keen eye for detail. One supposes.
True enough. And you're right. We need more information on these things. I'll talk to the sergeant.
Alright, that actually seemed pretty reasonable. Let's
Have a nice
check
day,
out engineering.
Administrator.
Chief Engineer Corrigan, isn't it? We met before.
Oh, it's you. Sorry about that,
You had your hands full. Things look better now.
They are. Came together faster than I thought. Ain't pretty, but we're functional and I hope stable. Harper told me we got splashed after some kind of failure in the planetary quarantine protocols. Something called Cerberus?
That's what's going around. Certainly.
More corporate corner cutting. What a fucking mess. Anyway, I should be able to produce equipment for our Marines now.
Anything I can do to help?
Well, I don't think this ship will ever be space-worthy again. But that doesn't mean we have to abandon her. It could be shelter, you know? For these people. For us. The only problem is dear Otago took a beating. I got holes to patch, cables to reconnect. Our cryo chambers, our shield, they're history. In short, we're missing materials. Spare parts to turn into upgrades. For both our guys and the ship.
Look, no promises. But we could ask the Marines to check for materials in Dead Hill storehouses during their next visit.
It all helps.
I see
Need a gun,
Mako's still sticking
Administrator?
to the old... Yeah, it was a planetary quarantine failure that
Bye-bye
got the
now.
ship shot down. Nothing to do with me, Gov.
Administrator Hayes, what brings you to my corner of the Otago?
Sergeant Harper says I should take a look around. He's probably trying to keep me busy.
Yeah, the devil loves idle hands. I can't give you a tour. We're still digging through the wreckage.
How does it look?
Well, we've more portable weapons than we've got Marines to carry them. So if you find anyone out there with training, you point them in my direction. As for the ordnance, it's pretty much scragged.
What about the emergency escape vehicles?
That satellite relay idea of yours, huh? Yeah, Harper told me. If we can get the fuel linkages repaired, we might salvage one EEV. But I'd be damned before I let you play with the only life pod we have left.
And how useful is a single life pod on a crashed ship exactly?
Yeah, you're pretty convincing. I'll give you that. All right, take it. But keep me updated. Looking for someone in particular?
Yeah, let's stay off the subject of how the Otago got shot down around Sergeant Martinez, because he looks like he's got an extremely finely tuned bullshit detector. Anyway, speaking
This
of
one
things that
won't
we can
make it
actually spend our limited resources on for our Marines, let's have a look at the barracks upgrades. So, here's Private Latimer. In the upgrade slot, at the moment, I have 2 available possible upgrades. An ammo bag, so that she can actually carry an additional ammo clip at the start of every deployment, so the Marines would deploy with 5 rather than 4, or utility pouches. So both the medical and toolkit limit is increased by 1. And I like the sound of that, because you can pick up an unlimited amount of ammo on each deployment, but the amount of medkits and toolkits you can carry is limited by your pouch capacity. Let's have a look at some of these negative traits. Rookie Latimer here is unfit, which isn't too bad. It just reduces her maximum health by 1, but check some of these out. Rusty. This Marine is always exhausted at the end of a deployment. You cannot deploy an exhausted Marine for 3 days. It takes that long to recover. But look at this. Rookie Heron is a jinx. Every time he fires his gun, his weapon has a 50% chance of jamming. Rookie Kurtz is weak. So she can carry 1 less ammo clip per deployment. Holy shit. Rookie Ruiz has poor sight, so his accuracy sucks. Rookie Maori has the undisciplined trait, which means he starts each deployment with the disobedient trauma. And for every 2 Marines in your squad who are disobedient, your command points are reduced by 1. Rookie Smith. He's tired, he was just deployed. The conspirator trait, that's why they only reduced their stress levels by 90 instead of 100 every time they rested in a shelter. Rookie McDonald's a coward, so her bravery is reduced by 2 per aggression level of the alien hive. So she gets more stressed the worse things get. Rookie Sharp has bad luck, so earns 1 less experience per deployment. Rookie Webb is clumsy. Alien detection time reduced by 10%. And Torrance, the guy we rescued, may be the worst of them all. If he suffers from any kind of trauma on a mission, it can't be removed by psychiatric counselling. These Marines are shit. I don't dare deploy at least half of them until I can come up with a way of removing these negative traits. Any more bad news?
You can count on them.
Sergeant Harper.
Back from your tour? How'd it go?
Pretty good, I think. Dr. Becker requested some samples of the creatures for study, and Chief Corrigan is in need of components to turn this ship into a proper base.
I thought you were all about getting your message out.
There's nothing to say we can't do the one so long as it doesn't endanger the other, is there?
True enough. All right. Let's go back to Dead Hills. I have a feeling we missed something there.
The same feeling you have when these creatures come around, Sergeant?
This is hardly the moment, Deputy Administrator.
Listen, Sergeant Harper. Your abilities, they could be tied to this outbreak. If there are more like you out there, it could help. People should know. They have the right to know.
You mind your own business, Hayes, and I'll take care of mine. You have a relay to find and I have men to lead. We both have a part to play. This conversation's over.
So, we're going back to Dead Hills. I mean, of course we are. There's all kinds of stuff there still unresolved. We're just not going back today because you can only deploy your Marines once a day, which means we have to advance to the next day.
New
Deal.
objectives are awaiting.
It's a random
review.
event. Morale is low. We can give them a thumping speech and try to encourage them, or just give them the day to rest and lose the deployment. Don't even stop to think about this one. Always give them the day off and lose the next day's deployment, because the alternatives, if it goes wrong, are every single Marine is exhausted and can't be deployed for not 1, not 2, but 3 days. I mean, the benefits of getting that potentially right are pretty nice, but the consequences of getting it wrong are catastrophic. This isn't even a choice. Give them the day off. So, day 2, and we can't deploy. But it could have been so much worse. Oh, planet infestation level. Let's advance to the next day. Right. Mess deck brawling. So, I can put one of them in isolation and he'll be exhausted. I can put the other one in isolation and she'll be exhausted. I could do nothing, which again isn't really an option, because then they'll both suffer an injury and they'll both spend the day in the medbay, and there's no guarantee they won't fight each other again. So you put them both in the brig. They actually earn experience from that, although they're both going to be exhausted, so I can't deploy them. But that's alright, I have other Marines. Most of them are shit. But I do have other Marines.
Nice
now that experience that they earned as a result of being locked up in the brig for getting into a fist fight means that Sharp
This one won't let you
can now be promoted. Oh yeah. See, he's the one who earns 1 less XP per deployment. But the XP that he got from being locked up in the slammer
Bravo Zulu.
appears to have done him some good. So, nothing fancy here, he's only rank 2. You don't get anything fancy until they get to rank 3, but I do now have some available attributes. So, Bold, level 1, this increases his bravery by 5 points. That's pretty good, actually. Because the braver the Marines are, the less stress damage they take. Quick Hands allows them to reload 50% faster, and Resourceful, every time you create a shelter and rest, the whole squad's ammo clips are refilled for free. None of those are bad, but stress is going to be your biggest enemy. Well, the aliens are going to be your biggest enemy, but after the aliens, stress is going to be your biggest enemy. Now then, there is also an available upgrade slot here. I mean, I think all of them have an available upgrade slot. But the day has ticked over and I've generated another 10 resources, so I can actually afford... Oh, actually, no, that's a really bad idea. He's exhausted, so I can't deploy him for 3 days.
What did
So
I teach you, Marine?
let's have a look
Salute.
at somebody who's not completely shit, no, not her, that I can actually deploy. The that it's going to be worth spending the resources on. You know what? I don't have to do it now. You can tweak the Marines' inventory right before you send them on a deployment. So when I know which Marines are going to get the short straw, that's when I'll decide who to spend resources on. Speaking of which, here we go. Day 3. Plant infestation level, halfway to level 2. Oh, I don't know what that is, but it's not going to be good. So, back to the Dead Hills.
Alright, Marines, listen up.
Understood. Uploading mission data.
So, we've been here before, and that means we now get the option of selecting where the dropship is going to drop us off. And that really depends on which objective we're going to go for first. There are 3 colonists that, well, they were alive 2 days ago. Let's hope they still are. And the slaughterhouse that needs investigating. So I think we're going to go for this guy. And the nearest deployment spot is right there. Next, we get to see who drew the short straws. The game will give you a default selection of Marines. I'm probably not going to go with a default selection of Marines because some of their traits are absolutely terrible. Maori here, he's the undisciplined one who likes to get together with other disobedient Marines and reduce your command points. Oh, yeah, that's the one who has a 50% chance of gun jamming every time they pull the trigger. Some of these are truly terrible. So, yeah. Latimer, unfit. One less health point than the others. That's not catastrophically bad. Rusty, though. Exhausted every time she comes back from a mission. We're not having that. Conspirator. It's not terrible. It just means that they only get 90 stress relieved in a shelter rather than 100. And as long as you put them into a shelter before they reach 100 stress, that's absolutely fine. Latimer, of course, has the pouch upgrade, so we can deploy with 1 more tool and med kit. I could deploy with 5 of each, but then I wouldn't be able to pick any up while we're deployed because my pouches would be full. So we'll go with 2 of each. This means I don't have to start spending resources on toolkits and medkits, and I still have some in reserve for when they come back, hopefully with full pouches to add to the stockpile on board the ship. Alright, sweethearts, you're a team and there's nothing to worry about. We come here, we're going to conquer, and we're going to kick some. Is that understood? That's what we're going to do, sweethearts. We're going to go and get some. Alright, people, on the ready line. Pack 'em in, Marines. Absolutely badasses. There will be many more aliens quotes coming at you during the course of this playthrough. I can tell you that for nothing. That one courtesy of the legendary Al Matthews, who played Master Sergeant A. Pone in Aliens in 1986. He was actually a Marine veteran of Vietnam, where, fact fans, he achieved the distinction of being the first black Marine to be meritoriously promoted to the rank of Sergeant. Sadly, he died 5 years ago in September 2018. He was 75 years old. Right, let's kick the tires and light the fires. Marines, we've got ourselves a mission. So we've deployed right next to the bar and the central elevator because I think we're going after one of those engineers first, and this is the fastest way to him.
Listen up, squad. The tactical situation's been updated. First up, I want to get Dr. Becker some samples of these creatures. Give us a better idea of what we're dealing with. Second, if there's anything here we can use to patch up the Otago, well, I want those materials too.
Marines, remember we saw a hangar on SATCOM. If we're to find any materials for the Otago, it should be there.
Right, so kill all the aliens,
on,
rescue
team.
all the colonists, gather enough materials to repair the ship that got shot down, and recover any alien samples for the dock. Would you like to maybe stick a broom up my arse so I can sweep the colony clean while we're doing it? They're not asking for much, are they? Oh, there's a motion tracker contact right next to the elevator. Oh shit, I think it's inside the room with us. Okay, nice and easy. Let's go the other way.
Perhaps we should get moving.
Is that contact moving? It's not moving. I think that's an alien in a vent. It's right there. That's a vent, isn't it? Let's have a look. If it is an alien in a vent, I can back off without triggering it. Oh, there's a body to be searched up there. Oh, and he's got a med kit on him.
They're headed our way.
Don't
Yep,
get too
it's
comfy.
an alien in a vent.
Okay.
Ah, what the hell. Let's take this one on the chin. Get suppressive fire ready, because these things move fast. And it's literally right on top of us.
Come on,
so
team.
slow it down as much as possible.
See us.
And it didn't see us. Nailed it with a critical hit before it could actually react
Double
to our
time.
presence. So, no hunt. This is good news, and we get to recover a med kit from the body.
There's something around.
Panning around there with the left mouse button. So that the marine closest to wherever I'm looking turns to check it out with their flashlight. There's another motion tracker contact up to the north. That's fine. I'm not heading that way. Try to get into the habit of always panning around with the left mouse button while your marines are moving. Because anything that the flashlight sees that you can interact with, like that body over there, will be highlighted. So you can move and search at the same time. Motion tracker is clear for the moment. This is good. Nothing on the body, that's not so good. I think this is, yeah, this is it.
We're too late for these poor souls. Killed from the inside. Bad way to go.
Door's welded shut. Someone made the right call.
Reading a personal transmitter on the other side. Could be a live one.
All right, Marines. Get him out.
What do you mean, could be a live one? That's the whole point of personal data transmitters. They're supposed to transmit personal data, so, I mean, that's why we're here. It's reading... oh, whatever. I mean, just because he's alive now doesn't mean he doesn't have a nasty surprise waiting to burst out of him.
Who's there? Who are you? Are you with the company?
Take it easy, man. We're the USCM Corps. I'm under the orders of Sergeant Harper and in contact with Administrator Hayes from Pioneer Station.
It's Joe McAllen, technician 2nd grade. Please, don't leave me here, please.
Technician? Chief Corrigan could probably use another pair of hands.
No way he's getting in my dropship. How do you know he's not infected?
Infested, Hunslet. These things are parasites, not a disease. Marines, you reckon we can trust him?
I mean, he welded that door pretty tight to keep these guys at bay.
Just keep an eye on him, will you?
Squad lead, bring him back to the ARC. But stay alert. I don't want any surprises.
All right. Stay calm, Joe. We're getting you out of here. Stay with us. We'll get you back to our transport.
I think we're spotted.
Hang on a minute.
Let's see what's
Just because he... You don't know that he welded himself in here before he got himself intimate with a face hugger. I mean...
more signatures
fine.
spotted.
Plenty of stuff in here to take, though. Not too keen on the look of those two motion tracker contacts that are both heading this way.
Move on!
Can I possibly... yeah. So there's another one lurking over there by the elevator. And there's one that is coming this way. And I need to get this guy back to the ARC. I think I'm probably just going to have to fight my way. Okay. Yeah, we're detectives. There's the hunt. We need to get this guy back. So that blip that was lurking around the elevator is probably... actually, no, it's no longer inside motion tracker range. Can I get everybody back to the ARC without escalating the threat? I might... oh no, there's another contact. Can I get inside before it sees me? Nope, I'm detected. Okay, we need to kill it. Because it ain't going to stop. Right, now, get to the elevator. I don't know for sure. Or actually, remember, there was a blip in here somewhere, but well, it's gone, so that's good.
Shit, it's coming to us.
It's possible that I might be able to terminate the hunt early by transferring to another level in the elevator. Let's see. Fingers crossed. And... yep, we're undetected. Hey! I don't know if that's an intended feature or a bug, but I'm certainly not going to complain. I'm definitely taking advantage of that. That's good to know for future reference. Unless it is a bug and you patch it out. Right, anyway, we've got McAllen back to the ARC. Get him back to the ship. That will give us 3 engineers who will be generating 15 resources every day.
Thank you. I never thought I'd get out of there alive.
Looks like Corrigan's gonna get that extra pair of hands.
Okay, 1 surviving colonist down, 2 to go. And they're right next to each other, and right next to us. Note, by the way, that the field motion tracker that I deployed in the first mission is still there.
Get the hell out of here.
These levels are persistent.
Move
Anything
on.
that you do stays done. So, colony warehouse. We need to get some stuff and things.
We could be searching for days.
We could. Or we could interrogate the quartermaster's record terminal instead.
Right
Alright,
now.
Mako. Nobody likes a smart ass. Smith, check the terminal.
Nothing. 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 No. Wait. I've got something.
Looks like some of these colonists have a sideline in smuggling. This guy's working at the power complex. Check this place out, Marines. I'm marking the location.
Alright. I mean, I'm still going to check the warehouse out because they can't have stolen everything. Is that an elevator? That is an elevator. Oh, that's good to know. Another way to get up to the second level. Going to check the warehouse out. There's definitely something over there, and that looks like resources.
Right now.
Nothing on the motion tracker,
Let's
so
see
I'll run
what's
over there.
inside.
I mean, it doesn't matter. The aliens won't react to the sound of you running. Just shooting and explosions. They're very interested in that. That is resources. 10 resources. Awesome.
Let's see what's inside.
More here. Keep checking things out with a flashlight while the other Marines looting the crate. Yep, 10 more resources. And that looks like ammo.
Let's see what's inside.
Well, we've only got the 4 ammo clips that we deployed with, so I'll take the ammo. Yep, that was ammo. I think that's all that we're going to get in here. Hang on a minute. Did I just hear the sound of rotary? Yep, okay. Good. That's good. Hunts are not triggered when aliens encounter the ARC. Only if they see you. So, where are we going? We could head next door. There's 2 objectives right next to us. The field tracker's still going. It's picked up a couple of contacts. That's fine. They can stay over there. I don't care. So let's investigate the suspicious container. Let's put a pin in that one and come back later. That's Veterinarian McNeil in the building right next door to us. With the colony power
Let's
center.
do what we came for and
Slightly
get the hell
north
out
of
of
that. Which is where we need to go to find resources. I think I'm going to go and get the vet. But I'm not going to do it on foot. I'm going to redeploy in the ARC.
Hurry up, squad!
So I need to get everybody to the ARC, hopefully, without being detected. Uh-oh.
There's something around.
There's something coming. Oh, no, it didn't see us. We're good. We're good. This is fine. The ARC nailed it before it saw any of the squad members. Whew. That was close. Right, let's go, boys. Home G's and don't spare the horses. Are we going the long way around or we just have the camera flipped? Doesn't matter. We're not going to trigger a hunt if we redeploy in the ARC. So, Veterinarian McNeil. I mean, are vets I know vets aren't medical doctors, but, you know, they know a thing or two about biology, so I'm sure, I can't even remember the name of the medical orderly corporal who suddenly became Leotargo's chief medical officer, but I'm sure that she will be grateful for the assistance. So this was the closest point that I could get to in the ARC. We've got the maps swung around, haven't I?
More signals
Oh
incoming.
shit. 2 motion tracker contacts, one either side. Yeah, that's where I need to be, and there's a motion tracker contact right next to it. There's also some contacts within range inside the slaughterhouse. Which doesn't surprise me.
Team.
It's the slaughterhouse.
Stay sharp, lead. This place gives me the creeps.
Right. Oh well.
Hurry up, you slugs!
I mean, there's no way I am completing this deployment without getting into a gunfight and without getting into several hunts and probably elevating the hive aggression level to at least medium. But let's at least try. Where did the contact go? There was something moving in here and it wasn't us.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Alright. It might have been the vet. I mean, the motion tracker detects motion. It's not necessarily going to be aliens. Still, it would be wise to assume that it is aliens until proven otherwise. This room looks clear. Nothing in it. Nothing I can pick up and loot.
Come on, team!
Well, I'm doing alright. I've got 4 tools. Oh, there's a body over there. And 4 medkits.
Squad leader here. The signal comes from behind this bulkhead door.
Looks like a decontamination chamber. You should be able to cycle it. There should be a terminal next to the entrance.
And there's a medkit on the body. Right. Okay, I guess I initiate the decontamination procedure to open the airlock. There's a vet on the other side, apparently. According to the PDT, still alive.
Decontamination process commencing. Processing. Processing. Decontamination halted.
What the?
That's close enough. Who the hell are you?
USCM, ma'am. We're responding to Sheriff Sousa's distress call.
Good news. I could use some of that.
Decontamination process restarted. Processing. Processing. Decontamination complete.
There's something moving in the street outside, so let's not make any loud noises while we're here.
Name's McNeil. I'm a veterinarian around here. Shut myself in here when everything went to hell. Problem is, when you do that, it's kind of hard to get back out again. Guess I wasn't thinking straight.
You know the situation?
Not much. Sousa recovered a weird corpse next to the slaughterhouse. I've never seen anything like it myself. But then I look after herd animals and stitch up the occasional wound in someone who should know better. I'm not a xenobiologist or a fighter. Before she left, Sousa insisted I keep this. Said it was automated, but I never managed to set it up.
Alright, Marines. Grab that sentry gun and get the vet out of here. She ain't a medic, but I'm sure Bookard will appreciate the help.
Did he say sentry gun? Oh, hell yes! Oh, and there's a data pad there as well. Oh, and there's a med... I'm full on medkits.
Roger.
That's fine.
Hey,
I know there's a medkit
Looks like a
here
data pad.
for future reference. Let's get ourselves a sentry gun. These things are amazing. They had them in the movie Aliens, but they only in the director's cut. Which I highly recommend watching. Right, let's get McNeil out of here and back to the ARC. We're going to have to cycle the airlock again, of course.
Wait. Hold on, squad. I think company's coming.
You sure? I see nothing on your trackers. Anyway, I guess you could always put those sentry guns to good use.
You're learning fast, Administrator. Place that gun, Marines.
Well, I don't see anything, but I'm not going to take any chances. Right, this is the UA-571C automated sentry gun, and it's amazing.
Alright, we're all set. They're coming. Give those bugs a warm welcome, Marines. Open that door.
Let's get everybody behind the sentry gun. What do I have to... Oh, right, yeah, complete the decontamination process.
On my way.
Okay, so cycle the doors.
Accessing terminal.
And stand by for the fireworks. It's on with 250 rounds of 10mm.
Decontamination process engaged.
And it will shoot anything that moves in front of it.
Processing.
It can be activated and controlled either remotely by or... Ooh, here it goes. Yeah, that's right. Get some. Oh shit, there's a lot of them coming. You want some of this? I mean, we are detected. There is a hunting process. I'm going to set up some suppressive fire just in case, because these things are fast. And the sentry gun is good, but it has to start switching between targets. I want to give it all the help it can get. And suppressive fire is only a command point, and maybe general. And here's the hunt.
I think we're good.
However,
To safety.
we've dealt with every... Oh shit!
Hold your fire! You'll kill her! Shit, man. She's gone.
What the hell was that? Did that critter just steal the vet from you?
Damn!
Yes, it did.
I just lost McNeil's PDT. They're abducting people. It could explain why I was reading only 7 PDTs. I'll dig into the data transmitter's history. Maybe there's more survivors out there.
Alright, that was really bad. Ah, crap. I thought I'd gotten away with it as well. Because, I mean, the hunt's still in progress, but there was nothing registering on the motion tracker. There is something, though. But I don't think it can get to us before the hunt expires. How's everybody's stress doing? Not
They're
good.
onto us. Let's go.
Everybody's between 60 and 70%. Come on. A couple of seconds.
I don't hear
right,
him anymore.
hunt interrupted.
We're clear.
We're still on easy hive
Right
aggression. Let's recover the sentry gun, because I don't want to forget it and leave it here. That would be really bad. Because these
Sentry
things are
back.
amazing. So we can still redeploy the sentry gun. I think we can cancel suppressive fire now. Nothing on the motion tracker.
I think we're
Well,
spotted.
shit. Oh, I think I spoke too soon about the motion tracker. There's something either just inside or right outside the building to the south. So I've got 3 remaining objectives, for now at least. Find and save
Move on.
biologist Everly, hopefully. We can actually save her. Investigate the generator building and track down some colony supplies. Ooh, and I can recover some xenotech here from the, well, some samples.
Hate this job.
From the dead alien in the door. And...
Here's your sample.
oh yes, investigate the container in the slaughterhouse. I do not like the sound
More
of that
signals
one.
incoming. Double
I
time.
do not like the sound of that one little bit. And now we have motion tracker contacts in front and behind.
More signals incoming.
Oh dear. Let's go, Marines. They ain't paying us by the hour.
Place.
Oh,
They're
we've
built to
reached the
last,
generator
not to look
complex.
nice. Let's find that equipment.
And there is
stash.
something at the end of this corridor. And I'm probably not going to like it much. But it looks like there's a handy room here I can use
More
to maybe
signals
create a
incoming.
shelter.
Move on. It's quiet.
Yes, there's only one door in and out. So we're going to do that. Because I do not like having Marines with stress levels approaching, or in the case of Smudge there, reaching 70%, because the very next gunfight they get into, they're going to reach 100%. And then bad things will happen. So we're going to weld that door shut, we're going to loot everything in here that isn't nailed down, and we're going to have ourselves a little rest and reset everybody's stress back to 0. And then, in the next video, we're going to find out what happens next. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope you're all having a great weekend, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.